My name is Ben Robie. This is my wife Laura. We've been going to First Family about since the beginning, and this is our story of adoption.
So in 2012, I was going through a one-year Bible study, and I was coming across a lot of verses about orphans and widows. And it just kept popping into my mind over and over again. And I had always had a desire to do something with orphans or visit an orphanage. We really researched and became more knowledgeable about the orphan crisis. There was a lot of things we had no idea we knew about. I would read him little things off of blogs and articles, and we just couldn't believe some of the things that these kids were dealing with. And it really confirmed to me that, yes, I could bring an orphan into my home and love them just as much as I love my biological children.
During that year, while we were praying, Laura was praying, she had already decided that she wanted to adopt. And I, a lot of feelings were going through my head, and I wanted to make sure that this was going to be right for our family. I feel like I had to protect our family and make sure that it was still going to stay perfect and nothing was going to ruin it, and that we're going to be financially sound and emotionally sound and have our relationships intact between us and the kids. And I also had this feeling that I couldn't love a child that was not my biological child as much as I love my biological children. And of course, the end of the story, you guys know, is that that's absolutely not true. And I just said, yeah, let's do it. So the process started by us picking an agency. We chose America World, and then you have to pick which country that you're going to adopt from, because we decided early on that we were going to do international adoption. We originally decided on Ethiopia.
And as we were waiting and waiting, our agency sent out a big email that said, "We have no families willing to take boys with special needs in China." It's our China Waiting Child program. And we're getting files, and there's no families to take them. And we kind of just looked at each other, and we were like, we'd already been waiting 2 years, and we thought our whole goal was to take a child with a special need that wasn't maybe going to be adopted in their own country. And the Ethiopia program at that point was kind of almost grinding to a halt, and they weren't sure if it was going to be 4 more years or 5 more years. And we thought, why would we wait for 5 more years when there's a little boy, and lots of little boys actually, just waiting for families. So we just switched. We did all the paperwork over again, and before we knew it, we were getting sent a little picture of Owen.
Started the process over again in January of 2015. We finished the paperwork in about 3 months, and then got a referral quickly, and we were there to pick him up at the end of October.
And it was really cool because if we would have started in China, Owen wouldn't have even been born yet. And I just feel like God placed him in our family, and he is just perfect in our family, and our girls love him so much.
Our adoption has been
A miracle.
it has been so easy, and I don't use that word lightly, I guess. Owen is so happy. He is so easy to love. He loves us. Our girls love him, as Laura said. He is such a joy to have in our family. Adoption is such a personal choice, but yet it is a reflection of God's adoption of us. And even for us, it was his command to do something to help the orphan. We can love because God loved us. His Holy Spirit is in us, and that allows us to to love like we couldn't on our own.